welcome. This is Midday News. Thanks for joining us. Last night, the Madang Provincial Police Commander, Acting Superintendent Robert Baim, has issued a public appeal for eyewitnesses of a viral post on social media involving the assault of a mother and her daughter at a supermarket, allegedly in Madang Province, to come forward and assist police by providing a statement. All information received will be handled with care. From the viral video, it shows both victims were beaten up badly, with a little girl being kicked on the head and thrown on top of her mother. The abuse was a result of them allegedly stealing biscuits at the store. The incident is now under investigation by police. The National Council of Women's Executives took time out on Mother's Day to visit the Port Moresby General Hospital's maternity ward yesterday and presented gifts to the mothers and their babies. When making the presentation, NCW President Lucy Pomu says the maternity ward is an important ward where lives are born.
Hooray!
The cutting of cakes after a short press conference with the media marked the beginning of the shared relationship between the National Council of Women, or NCW, and Port Moresby General Hospital's maternity ward. This Mother's Day, the NCW visited the maternity ward to present gifts, mainly menstrual pads, diapers, nappies, and clothes, to give back to mothers who are the source of life. Their visitation follows their mandated role of being the voice of women and girls in Papua New Guinea. When making the presentation, the NCW President Lucy Pomu says the maternity ward is an important ward where lives are bettered. However, this ward often faces challenges such as a lack of labor facilities, limited resources, and limited midwives. Pomu said these challenges led to many women giving birth on the floor, while others sit for hours waiting for an empty delivery room to deliver or an empty bed to rest after labor.
Our little donations that we have promised to come on Mother's Day with our 4 cakes to donate to the nursery ward, to the labor ward, and our ward 11.
When receiving the items, the president of the PNG Midwifery Society, Mary Sitang, said the presentation of the gifts is a blessing to the maternity ward. She said the presentation of the gifts has forged a relationship between the maternity ward and NCW, who will work together to address the issues faced by women and girls in the maternity ward.
About respectful care, women is supposed to deliver on the bed, be nursed on the bed, and go home. And we feel very bad when women deliver on the floor, or even women after delivery, they rest on the floor.
She added that most of the mothers who come in to give birth often do not have blankets, diapers, and other necessities that are needed to care for themselves and their babies. Therefore, the support will assist in filling this gap. It will also assist the midwives to use during delivery. While PNG Midwifery Society President Mary Sitang says the maternity ward has seen an increase in teenage pregnancy, where girls as young as 13 years old are giving birth. This has prompted the society to advocate for family planning, which is essential to control childbirth at an early age. She said the maternity ward conducts free family planning, and couples or teenagers encouraged to seek advice before having a family.
Women and girls out there, I know we have age groups where from 13 up, we've been having teenage pregnancy as well in this labor ward, and we encourage women and girls. Family planning is free, and when you walk into a family planning clinic, you have to get the service.
Paradise Private Hospital proudly joined the nation and the world on May 5th to celebrate International Midwifery Day, a day that also marked International Nurses Day at PPH in Port Moresby. Nurses and midwives gathered in numbers, pledging their commitment to continue providing quality care under this year's theme, Midwives Critical in Every Crisis. PPH Director of Finance and Admin, Janet Sios, praised the invaluable role of midwives and nurses, highlighting their perseverance in supporting women, newborns, and communities, especially during challenging times. She emphasized that a healthy workforce drives the nation's economy, and the nurses play a pivotal part in maintaining that. The Minister for Energy and Kairoku MP Peter Isohaimo marked Mother's Day with a special celebration in Kayao Village, bringing relief and joy to local mothers and youth. Minister Isohaimo visited Kayao Village in Central Province yesterday to celebrate Mother's Day alongside the women of the community. As part of the occasion, he presented a cash gift of 1,000 kina to the mothers, acknowledging their vital role and daily contributions. In a practical gesture to ease one of their biggest challenges, the minister also donated a 9,000-litre Tafa tank. This is to help mothers who previously had to cross busy roads just to fetch water for drinking and cooking. Showing support for local youth, Minister further donated 3 guitars to encourage music and creative development among young people in the village. The event was filled with joy and gratitude as families came together to celebrate the strength and spirit of their mothers, turning Mother's Day into a true celebration of community care and unity. Turning abroad, from next month, Brisbane bus services will be boosted to provide an additional 30 million trips a year, and there's a push to connect the system to other parts of southeast Queensland in the lead up to the 2032 Games.
To work on time in Brisbane could be a whole lot easier from the 30th of June.
It will be the biggest change that we have seen to Brisbane's bus network in decades.
A new metro route will begin operating from 8 Mile Plains to Roma Street, and 60 more buses will be on the road across the city at a combined cost of $1.55 billion. The expanded system will see an additional 160,000 new bus services, but already there's a push for more.
We need more metro. We need the metro to go to other places like the Wave on the Sunshine Coast.
The deadline, the 2032 Olympics.
And we will now work with the Brisbane City Council over the next few years to work out the connection plan, the connectivity between cities, the fast rail to the Gold Coast, the Wave to the Sunshine Coast.
With the Gold and Sunshine Coasts earmarked for Games events, a coordinated southeast Queensland transport network could move thousands of extra tourists around the region. Some locals are already on board.
Infrastructure right now is very in demand. With the migration here in Australia, I think that would be beneficial for everyone.
I hate driving in traffic, so yeah, I definitely would.
Within 50 cents, definitely something that we all look forward to.
And it's that lure of cheap fares which is fueling the expected success.
Because of 50-cent fares, we expect that we'll be one of the first cities in the country, one of the first cities in the world to have public transport patronage now exceed its pre-COVID levels.
Back home in sports, Hunt is on the maiden silver wave in the Pepsi Capital Rugby Union as Theodist MBB Marlins are well and truly in progress. The Garrow suburb team strung together back-to-back wins and remains in the top 4 of the competition heading into the second month.
The Theodist MBB Marlins showed more intent this season than they did in the previous seasons. They are playing good rugby compared to their past years. The Marlins pulled off a consecutive win on the back of their strong start to the season, and coach Rawali Bokwik has revealed that the club is in for a big year. Bokwik said his men are aiming to finish the season with a grand final match.
This year, our main focus is to make the grand finals. And we've set the benchmark in the start, and we're working towards that. As it stands now, unofficially, we're going to still in the top 4, so we're just happy with that. We're trying to maintain that going into next week and work our way from there. Yeah.
This was showed in their 5th game against University Piggies yesterday, where they outmuscled Guerrero rival to finish with the win 21 points to 8. The victory handed them another 3 competition points and kept them in the top 4 on the competition ladder. The Marlins coach showed mixed emotions following his side's win. Although he is happy they won, there is a lot of room to improve. He is expecting the boys to polish up on those areas before their next game.
We have a lot to work on. The game plan that we played on didn't work out the way we really wanted to. So we have a lot to work on, especially in our backline, set pieces off the ruck and off the scrum, and in and around the ruck area. That's where we have to work from. Yeah.
The Marlins coach added that they flooded in a lot of new boys in the Premier Division this season. The boys are still learning, and it's going to take a while, but Bokwik believes they can adapt to Premier Rugby as the club pushes for its first cup title at the competition.
Definitely, yes. So we have our spine is a young, so they're running it. You can see the stress is on them when it comes to Premier Grade. It's a whole different ball game again. So we're going to correct it next week again. We play Wanderers, and then we take on the 2 big guns, Brothers and then Harlequins again. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah.
The Pepsi Capital Rugby Union competition heads into round 6 this weekend, and the Marlins are aiming for another win. They take on Wanderers before meeting Brothers and Harlequins to round up the pool matches. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the midday news. To join us at 6 tonight for more.
Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial *515# to